Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to another Fab Friday with Lessons and Legacies. This is season 2, episode 10, and I am beyond happy to be here. Um, Not only is it a fabulous Friday, and the FAB, if you didn't know, stands for Find a Blessing. Not only is it a fabulous Find a Blessing Friday, but this is also a holiday weekend. So, an extra special episode. See what I did there? It is April 2nd, and it is Friday, like I said. And in 2 days, it will be Easter Sunday. So it is an extra special episode. So without further ado, I will bring my co-host to the stage.
I'm saying, wait.
I was like, sorry. You need a couple minutes?
You're good.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm like, wait.
I thought you were waving. I'm here. Hold me on.
Last week with the bull, I got on. I'm like, wait, we're live? I didn't realize we were even live. I'm thinking I'm in a ream with you, like, yeah. I'm like, oh, wait, it's actually live.
No, it's going. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were waving at me like, hey, I'm here. Pull me on. Sorry. I didn't mean to catch you early, but
you're good.
Anyways,
I was trying to frame myself. But yeah, you're good.
Happy to have you here. So
yes.
I just informed everybody it is a holiday weekend, so that makes this Fab Friday extra fabulous.
We'll be on time, but I dropped my whole bottle of water right before I was hitting the button on the table.
Oh my gosh.
Cleaned it up with drawers and look, boxes and everything. I was like, I'm grab some quick.
If you gotta clean it up, go ahead and
no, I did it. That's what I was saying. I was just coming in. I'm done now. That's why I was off, because I was good.
It's been the story of my day. I'll tell you what, man, my kids have had me through all levels of the roof. And the amount of messes, I can't even believe. I cleaned this morning, and in the matter of a couple hours, it's like nothing ever was done. There's honey. They spilled honey all over the kitchen floor. Wow. And then their attempt of cleaning it up was just a dry washcloth, which spread it out and made it even more sticky. So I, too, was messing with the floors today right after lunch. So I feel you. But thank God it's Friday, right? And thank God I'm favored, right? That's one of my favorites. Thank God I'm favored. That's a beautiful TGIF. So, well, let's take a minute and introduce ourselves for anybody who's new to the broadcast. I'll let you go first, and then I'll come on behind you.
Okay, so if you are new to Fab Fridays, let me introduce myself. Welcome. My name is Precious Paulin. I am a mom of 5 phenomenal children, a wife of 19 years. I'm also an author, a playwright, a prophetic poet, a keynote speaker, and I can go on and on about my roles and titles. But the mission that I love the most is my role and title as the Soul Sage Doctor. That is my purposeful position. Come on now. And what that means is that I help you clean out the viruses in your hard drive by basically doing spring cleaning on your mindset. God says to renew your mind, and all it requires is that you not even move from the position that you're in, but that you choose to live and think differently. And so my whole intention is to help you see your value and your value in order to live in your truth. Because if you are the solution to a problem, then you got to go through something to figure out what is the value of X. So I help you find the value of X so that you can turn those valley moments into pinnacle moments in which you get direction for somebody else. And so it's about helping somebody else find their switch. And that's what I do.
I love it. In a nutshell, that's your little nut, you know.
I'm a little nutty, and that's my nutshell about me.
Me too. And you know, being a mother of 5 children, you can't help but to get a little nutty sometimes. And a wife of almost 20 years on top of that.
On top of that, honey, she has lost, gained, and lost again a million times over.
She's bossing her way through life, though.
Bossing her way like
So I am Melissa Price, and I fall at the halfway step in comparison to Precious. I have 2 children. 2.5 because there's my, where is he?
You got
There.
right.
My other half back there.
He loves to be on our show, don't he? I think he likes it.
He's trying to get famous up in here, this dog. He's quiet. He's my little wallflower. So that's my 2.5, half to her 5. And I am celebrating at the end of April 10 years of marriage. So half to her 20. And I think I've been entrepreneuring for probably half as long, maybe even a little bit less than that. But I am a brand new published author as of 2020, summer of 2020. So less than a year I've been published. Yes, and I am a artist and an entrepreneur, a e-commerce store owner, a podcaster, and that's another thing Precious has taken me under her wing with and coached me and given me all the support and momentum and tips and tools that I've needed to get to where I am comfortably and feeling comfortable and happy and proud of my own self. Yeah, she's brought me to my worth, so she and I have this amazing sisterhood between the two of us. Both of us have similar messages in the fact that, for me, I believe there's a blessing in every lesson. The world's always working for your good. And I think that no matter, like Precious is talking about, those valley moments, those are those moments where we grow. And that's the tough moments when life kind of gets a hold of you, like I had to happen to me today. And I got some good writing done out of it. So if I get sidetracked, please remind me. I would love to share you a poem that I wrote this afternoon. So, just around my craziness, my nuttiness of a mother, being a mom. So, So the purpose of Fridays, these Find a Blessing Fridays, is we kind of like to just take a little bit of time to focus on how were we blessed this week? How were we a blessing this week? And what area of our world are we looking for a blessing in right now? Like if somebody could say, I've got the power to bless you with whatever you need and whatever area you want, what would you go for? So we show up not only to do that for ourselves, for each other, but for you guys too. And so as you're joining in and you're hearing parts of these conversations, as we're going through those things, we love hearing from you guys. So please make sure you put your answers in the comments. And also, as we go through the show, I will let you know we are going to be doing giveaways. Part of our Friday efforts, part of my Friday effort for sure. And I know Precious always backs and she supports 100%. We always do that with each other. But I am doing the Man and Woman of the Year campaign, which is an enormous fundraising effort that's put on by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I've already put the donation link in the comments below, and I will post the actual big link. Actually, I'll put it up right now. I will let you know if anybody wants to contribute and donate any amount. That's the link you go to. The money that you donate goes to treatments and drugs that are being developed to help people not only with blood cancer, but skin cancer, stomach cancer, pancreatic cancer. I think even brain cancer was something that they had listed in there. All of these different treatments and drugs that they're developing are actually being put to great use with extremely successful results. And not only that, the funds also go to families that are suffering through just the emotional, the financial, just can't even imagine. I've been touched by cancer in my life through friends and family. I've thankfully not had to deal with it other than getting lots of tests done, cancer scares on my end. But I feel that there's nobody in this world who has not been touched by cancer in some way, shape, or form. So sow a seed. It could be $1, $5, $100, $10,000, depending on how generous you're feeling. But anything that you donate, all you got to do is pop in the comments, I donated. Or you can private message me either from Lessons and Legacies or my personal Facebook page, Melissa Price. As soon as I know you donated, you will get your choice of either a unique heart jewelry piece or a Lessons and Legacies jewelry piece just by donating. And aside from that, you're going to go in this awesome raffle bucket, which at the end of this month, the last Friday of the month, which is April 30th, and the last day of the entire month, oddly enough, we are giving a grand prize away that will be raffled off out of that bucket. Your name will go in there, and you will get the A Unique Heart Love in a Box. And we did unpack this box last Friday, and there are so many amazing goodies in there. Multiple pieces of jewelry, candles, journals, affirmations, self-love tips, tools, guides, tea. There's a coffee tea mug in there. And just, it's an amazing gift. Not even if it's not for you, it's an amazing treasure to gift somebody with, you know. And right after the end of the month, what's up? Mother's Day, 2 weeks after we give this box away. So even if you're a dude and watching and this isn't for you, score your mom something great. I'm just saying, get in there. So that's a little bit about this Fab Friday situation here. And yeah, so as we begin to go forward here, I would love to hear, oh, hey, Brenda's in the house. What's going on, Miss Brenda? I picked up your call. She says, hello, my love. Have you gotten any sleep yet? I'm dying to know. The last I heard from you, you were at 82 days of work nonstop with no sleep. She was also bossing her way through her days. And yeah, love to hear if you've caught up on that sleep, and please participate in our conversation here. So, Precious.
Yes.
How were you blessed this week? List me some things. What blessings fell into your lap since last Friday?
So since last Friday, I met new people in the business world. I was super blessed in that aspect. Got another opportunity with T-shirts. That was quite a good blessing. And free birthday dinner, huh? That's right. Free birthday
dinner.
Yes. So I got a free birthday dinner coming up already, and my birthday's not until August. So
I know. I was like, I actually just filled out my calendar yesterday and was like, Precious, 40, 41, this and that. I did all the birthdays.
Oh God, I'm tripping.
What?
The free birthday, I forgot. I surprised Rondell, and we just had a 2-day stay for his birthday, because everybody knows the best gift to give a husband is time without the kids.
Oh,
so in case you do not know,
or a wife. That works for mom too.
To give a husband, you know, but with us, I would do stuff and I incorporate the kids, and it's not, it's different for us because we're just moms and we just always want to include. But husbands want private time with their wives outside of being moms. Moms all go with dads and family on our birthday, and it'll be okay. You see that? And it's not that it's not okay, but it's more isolated because we are always sharing ourselves with everybody as moms. Most moms, you're so busy being all of those other roles that you forgot to be the wife. And so I decided to hire myself as a wife, and we had a 2-day stay in local, of course, but we met some amazing people, got dinner paid for us. It was 5 of us.
Wow.
And they invited us to dinner because we were sitting out talking. It was like, oh my God, come to dinner. We was like, oh, we don't have our pocket, but we need to go get our stuff. And they were like, it's on us. Sure. No, we want to treat you. Honey, 5 people. They took us $1,000 dinner.
Wait, how much?
It costs $1,000 for us 5 to eat.
Well, yeah, that's a blessing. That's a blessing right there.
I had to sit at the table. Let me tell you what I learned. You got to sit at the table with people who are living the life that you want. And so God, not by accident, on purpose, connected us to the point that when we were sitting there speaking to them, they have Airbnbs all over and all this other stuff. And the queen was so emotional. I did a poem. And the waiter came over to the table and he goes, when you speak, it's almost like if it was a noisy room, everybody shuts down. And so I shared it, and the husband was like, I have heard poetry, and I don't like poetry. So when you said you did poetry, I was like, yeah. And I laughed because Rondell was the same way when I met him. He was like, I hate poetry. He's not into the poetry. But when I finished, he said, oh, that is nothing like poetry. And so the wife looked at me and she says, I need you. I need somebody to help me do my book. And I need somebody to actually, I went through depression, she was saying, for 2 years. And she was dealing with stuff. And she was like,
she needs a soul coach.
That we met. And she needs a soul sage doctor.
A soul doctor. That's right.
Was an amazing thing about that. That was an amazing experience. And it was just because we were present, and what we had was enough for God to just treat us. And so we took what we had, and God multiplied, and it didn't cost us nothing. And we got to meet 3 amazing new people. One of the guys is a professional tennis player, and he wants to teach the kids. And the other one, and so it was 3 amazing people that we met by accident, just having a conversation. So Rondell brought that was an amazing thing that just happened. We got $1,000 dinner, eating things that normally I'm so frugal. So even if I would have to be bringing in, I don't know what kind of money to pay for that much for 5 people to eat. My God. But it was good to see the luxury that people have when they show up for themselves and they live the life that they deserve to live. And so I think God wanted us to be at the table to experience the lifestyle that we are working toward. So it was I'm
glad you didn't block that blessing. I'm glad you received that, because you know what?
Normally I'm like, no, and we were like,
sure. You get to show up here and share that with so many other people here, like even myself, like that gives people hope. Like other people see you, and I do believe in that. Surround yourself by that which you want to attract or become. Surround yourself with like-minded people who have the same kind of goals and the same kind of not really philosophies, but the mindset as far as, working together, building each other up, sharing the wealth, that kind of thing. And so because you didn't block that blessing, not only did you have a great meal and now you have a great memory, but you got to come and drop that little blessing nugget on us saying, hey man, this was all by pure accident. I got $1,000 meal handed to me just by showing up.
By showing up, by just having.
There's always a blessing out there ready to be had. You just got to be open for it.
Be open, and you got to know you're enough.
Right.
Because sometimes we put ourselves off the table because you're like, wow, these people, you can see they're a little bit, they definitely got a different lifestyle, definitely more, they just sold a business, they're multi-millionaires. So you're sitting at the table with millionaires. So no, $1,000 is nothing to them.
It's like $10 to us.
Like nothing to them. Is what they do. But what was essential was that our feelings was the same, our conversations was the same, and everybody wants to be seen no matter how high or how low they are. Because here you got this woman who is a multi-millionaire who wants to be seen because she has a story to tell, who said she was on depression medicine for 2 years, and that what I'm speaking is feeding her soul, which is what I do, right? Because God said he will put you in a room with people, and it doesn't matter what they have. It's the exchange of value that is going to give you what you need. And so you got something that's so priceless that people with everything in the world can't afford. That's what makes you so essential. So God had to show me as I was doing my thing of I'm starting my programs and all of this, to see how essential we are. No matter how high or how low you are, we still got the same thing, and that's feelings and a need to be seen for who we are and not what we're carrying. And I think what we gave them and what they gave us was a season of saying that we all need each other at the end of the day. And you can offer me what comes freely to you, and then in exchange, I offer you what comes freely to me, and nobody gets robbed because everybody left with value.
I love it. Well, for me, blessings this week. Well, I will say, first of all, what? I'm on alive. Go.
Mommy never stops. That's why we got to take the men out the house, because they know the kids are always find us. It's like the men
give the daddy time away, and I'm like, birthday or not, and I'm always inclusive with my family, but like my kids and whatnot. But come my birthday time, I ask for that. I want quality time with husband, because it takes an arm and a leg for that to happen. For me, in my world, everybody's dynamic is a little bit different, ages of children, and I've got my 0.5 over there that can't be left alone by himself, or he wigs out. So it's like takes an ample amount of planning and stuff for us. See, he's like, she's talking about me, I'm leaving. But it's, to me, it's a blessing. Anytime I get the quality time with my husband. So this today, actually, I had my best guy friend in the whole world. His name's Steven. He dropped me off. I don't know if you can see this. Ignore my crappy nails. I need to manicure myself. But this ring, it's a moonstone that actually matches that pendant that I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I went and I bought this stone 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, gave it to his twin brother to make a ring out of it. And he tried a few times and it kept breaking. He just couldn't get the right fit, the right band, whatever. So then he passed it on to Steven, his brother. And, you know me, I'm like, I can barely remember what underwear I'm wearing today, let alone 2 years ago ordering this stone. Or, 5, 6, 7 years ago ordering this stone. So after the couple years had passed, over my head. Doesn't he show up today with this mate? He's like, I'm on my way to go get my second vaccination for coronavirus, and I have something for you. Can I swing by? I said, you got to be quick because I got a show to do, and the kids are going, bah. I'm like, quick, touch and go, And he came, he pulled this out, and I was like, oh,
I know you did. I know you did.
I recognized the stone and everything. It's got this amazing blue flash in it, and he is just a fabulous jewelry maker. I have a handful of pieces he's done specifically for me. And he dropped me off. I'm not wearing them right now because it didn't match my outfit, but a bonus pair of hand-wrapped cross earrings that he made just for the heck of it. No reason. So
no reason, honey. You were the reason.
Well, I get to, I love when other people make stuff. And I love supporting, and he's not in business for this. This is just a skill and talent he has. He used to do it back in the day, but does not do it anymore. When I wear this, when I wear Britney's beads, when I am in a book, when I am wearing your bling, because I always do. When I'm wearing this stuff, I feel the person's energy. And that's a blessing. I feel the love. I feel the time that he took. And the fact that after 6, 7 years, he didn't forget. And that was still on his shoulders. Like, man, I really want to make that for Mel, And the fact that he thought of me and came through today, even on a quick flyby, just to give me that. I love being, I just felt so seen and so blessed by this because this was so many years in the making. I wasn't expecting it. And it was just somebody caring, somebody seeing, somebody thinking of me. That's a huge blessing in my world, is being seen and acknowledged and feeling my worth. Like I was worth that trip. I was worth all that time. I'm worth something to that person. So my blessing was a blessing of value as far as friendship goes today. I was worth something. I felt blessed and worth this week by that single little transaction right there.
And it looks like we got the same experience. You see that?
Yeah.
Somebody saw us enough to say, let me take you, let me offer you, let me share with you, let me celebrate you. Because you know what I said after that dinner? I was so emotional. I looked at God and I said, thank you. Because it made me think about my vision board. And I had put for my 30 days of March when I was sitting and I did the 21-day vegan with no meat, nothing but water, all the things that I sacrificed for that opportunity. When I was setting that date, I didn't know that it would be that. And I always say is when God kisses us, he kisses us because he knows what we need. And the only way for God to show up in the present is through each other. And so when somebody says you were on my mind, when somebody calls me, after I say thank you to them, I always say thank you to God, because I know that had he not put me on their mind for the thing that I spoke to him in the private time, for them to say, you know what, the only way I can show them that I'm hearing you is by touching the hearts and minds of other people. And so I needed people to say that. I needed people to call me that haven't called me in years to say, this is what happened, because that is your worth. And we're trying to add up the cost, and we sometimes don't know how worthy we are because we don't understand that you are on somebody's mind, that what you invested is going to come back to you. And so these times where they come back, and it doesn't matter if it's 7 years later, 6 years later, the point is that God never forgets about you or your desires. And he always surprises you when it's time, when you need it the most. And I think that these moments are showing us what we need the most. And it is a human connection, because God can speak through us all. And if we open ourselves to be the instruments that we were called to be, then everybody gets an answer, because God already sent the solutions, which are us.
And God works all things for good, and he shows up through all things, whether it's the dog, or your friend, or that stranger you haven't talked to in years, or that stranger you've never spoken to, or that song on the radio. God provides, and he always shows up, you know. And hey, Stephanie, how are you? So anybody, thank you for joining. Anybody that is watching right now, we are just discussing right now, how were we blessed this week? So if you got a blessing this week, pop it in the comments. We love interacting with you guys. And again, just a reminder, if anybody wants to donate to the leukemia and lymphoma fundraiser that I'm doing, the live link is in the comments below. As you're joining in, I'm letting you know, Stephanie, I know you donated already and you're still in the raffle. And I have to get with you too, because I'm sending out Brittany's prize pack tomorrow, and I want to know which you want for your donation giveaway from last week. So I'll hit you up after this. But if you want to donate, every time you donate, you get another name in the raffle. And last day of the month, we're giving away the Love in a Box by a Unique Heart, Miss Benita Ledette, all the way from Texas.
Beautiful box. Oh. Love the box.
Amazing. We unpacked it last week, and there's just, I don't know, there's probably like 15 goodies in there, and from jewelry to tea to activities and a journal. It's just an amazing gift. So that's the giveaway for April 30th. And for donating today, anybody that donates today, you'll get your pick of either a Unique Heart piece of jewelry or Lessons and Legacies piece of jewelry. So moving on, how were you a blessing this week?
How were I blessed this week? Definitely had a couple of soul sage doctor calls. So
Did you?
Yes. So I always count those as blessings. I had about 3. It was all so powerful, so powerful. So I definitely always know that my field of blessing is in communication. So as much as I can speak, I do. And so I would say that I was a blessing in that area. I was a blessing in helping people launch in their businesses, because I had a couple of queens who are starting their own boutiques and their own lines. And so I was able to, as I say, make your shine crystal clear, brand yourself. And so I've been having a lot of powerful conversations with people to show them how much they are worthy of being their own brand. That every time you walk out the door and you're representing somebody else, and you have a whole lane for yourself, that you should be representing that. And so the only way that these other companies got to the levels that they got to was because they were consistently showing up for the who they was called to be. And so I'm loving seeing people send me logos and me creating t-shirts and math and stuff that represent what they built, what they worked on, so that they can now buy their time back, so that they can now have the freedom of saying that I'm actually following through with my faith. And so I am so excited that a lot of people are working on the faith that they say they have. And that would be how I've been a blessing to other people this week.
I love it. Well, since Stephanie's here, I guess I should come clean, because she didn't know that I didn't know this. But one way I was a blessing this week was surprising somebody else, just how much that means to me to be, I opened up with my blessing of the week was being seen, thought of, taken time on, and surprised by somebody else. Not just once, but actually Stephanie did that for me last week as well. But this was my friend Steven. And this week, Stephanie was posting away all these amazing, inspirational, high vibe, love, wonderful things on her page. And she had posted some pictures of her newly planted flowers in front of her house. And it just said, "Flowers make me happy." And I was like, well, damn it, I'm going to make you happy today. So I got on there and I just sent her flowers. Now, it was the morning. She was actually, after I sent them out for the same day delivery, she had posted that she was on the way to go get her hair did, which I'm about to go do tomorrow. So I'm in the same bandwagon with you. But
see
she was
that?
about to go get all refreshed. And I was like, this is great. She's going to be feeling good. When she gets back, there's going to be flowers on her doorstep. And then so she got her flowers. She was happy, all this stuff. And I was just like, I hope that it gave her what it gave me when she saw me, and I needed that last week. And the same as it was for my friend that saw me this week, and I needed it. I was like, I hope this surprise just hits her heart and fills her up like the blessing that she had been to me. And then lo and behold, this is the part I didn't know. The next day was her birthday. So people were like, birthday flowers. I was like, they weren't really for the birthday, but I guess they can double for both.
They could definitely
realize her birthday was the next day. So it was a birthday blessing and an ICU blessing kind of thing. So
see what I'm saying? A kiss from God. I know that was a kiss from God from her, you know, and he used you because you were attentive. And that's why the more attentive we are for the people that are connected to us, the more difference we make in each other's life, unconsciously, but consciously.
Right. And another way too, I'll say, which actually was this is a dual situation where it was a blessing to me and I got to be a blessing. And that was my conversation with you yesterday. We we got to chit chatting on the phone, and you had sent me the little art project, we'll call it, that you wanted me to work on. And I got so excited over that. I was needing a creative project. And, you know, to be able to support you and be able to do something for you along your mission and help walk in your purpose and accomplish your dreams and get your goals done quicker and better and the way that you want them. I feel like, to be a blessing because I'm your friend. I'm not someone out there like, pay me this, and that. It's like, I'm actually genuinely invested in you. I care about you, and I'm making an impact in your heart and your worth. I'm willing to be there. And I hope you feel that. But for me, it was like, you trust me enough to take care of that. You trust me enough to come and say, this is what I want, this and that, and know that we can have these conversations. And it makes me feel seen for my gifts and talents too. So, you know, you got friends, we all have friends out there. Never be afraid to like ask for help, because a lot of times, like what you did is like, can you do this? To me, I'm like, this is a chance for me to be a blessing to you. Yes, I can. And you're being a blessing to me by actually it giving me the opportunity to do it. So that was another very recent thing this week that I felt extremely blessed by and was given an opportunity to bless in return. So
let me tell you something. That is you're so amazing there, you know, and it's like we don't even know what we're carrying sometimes. You know, but the first person that popped up was you. I said, let me see if Melissa could do something. And guess what? And that's huge, because I don't ask nobody for help.
Right.
Only because I want it the way I want it. And then I'm complaining because I got a million things to do and not enough hands. And I love one day Kat came to me when I was doing my book launch for 365 days of loving yourself to life. And as me moving and used to doing everything, she looked at me because she was helping me and I was still getting it. She was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I still was getting everything and doing everything. She was like, do you really want me to help you? And I was like, yeah, but this is what I want. And then she came over the day. I hadn't slept in before my book launch. It's amazing. I looked that amazing in those pictures because I had slept for 24 hours. I mean, 24 hours. I was up and on just the adrenaline, because first of all, I'm last minute. And second of all, I want to do everything myself, which is one thing down, not trusting people with my stuff only because of life, right? So certain things that you just don't let go of. And so I realized
the blessing is in who we have around us. It's like, you can trust me, you can trust William Brown, you can
but that's why you didn't let me finish.
You got all right people, you know.
The thing is, you trust people with your stuff who you know get you. Because I trusted people with my stuff and got my feelings hurt. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You got to pay all that extra.
You know? And so for me, it's bigger than it is that I trust you with what I got going on. And that was hard for me to do. And so to be able to say that I can evolve now because God has not only, like, I poured into you and I'm showing up, and then I meet people who are meant for me and who allow me to release myself, right? And I think that's why it's important for us to get around the people who we see each other, because we serve each other.
Right.
And so it's not about what you have, it's about how can I assist you? How can you assist me? Because that's what community looks like. It looks like we all can win when we all bring our thing that makes us one of a kind. And so when you need somebody, it's like, why call anybody else when I'm your friend for an emotional thing? And if I'm trying to figure out that, and I don't know if that's even possible, why not call somebody who is capable, who God have given me access to? And so if we don't know what we want, we don't know what to ask for. And so the key is finding out who you are, what you want, so that you can see, because God already have everything you need. Right. You don't even know who to ask and what to ask for, because you can't even see what he's got you in possession of. And so we got to do our personal work so that we can release ourselves to be vulnerable, to ask the questions that we need to ask, to commit to the assignment that requires us together. And so he doesn't let you do everything because he doesn't want you to do it alone. He wants you to be willing to ask, because that's the only way he can serve you right. And so I'm learning,
ask and you shall receive.
I'm learning that. So you are a gift because you make it easy. You have made it easy for me to ask. And every day I get to take a layer off of myself because you give as freely as I give. And it's just such a good feeling relationship. And a lot of times we pour out more than we get back. And I'm just so grateful to be in a season of fair exchanges of value. Right. That is the fulfilling part. So as much as you like, oh, I love you, I say it always back to you, because you have given me something that I needed just as much as I've given you something that you needed. It is an amazing exchange of value. And our friendships, me, you, William, oh my God, like the treasures that are up in us who are trying to figure it out, and all we needed was us to see it in each other. So you see in me and I see in you, and that means, guess what? We all been revealed through our relationships. That's why we relate in relationships, and then it takes us from place to place. A relationship has a ship on the end. That means that you got to be able to move from one destination to the other. So if you're not in relating with people that are moving you from position to position, are you really in a relationship?
No, we're not sailing if we're not moving.
We're not sailing, baby. Right.
You'll appreciate this little analogy. I do believe everything does work better together. We all work so much better together. I got a lot of that from you. But it's almost like I feel like you and I are in a never-ending like martini shaker. It's like you gotta think. You ever do shots, chilled shots, right? You know what happens when you put the ice in there with the tequila, let's say, and you shake them together. We get in there, we mix up together. You know, a lot more than that original shot pours out of there. Things kind of mesh together, and a lot more liquid comes out of that baby when you put the two together. And I feel like that's kind of how we roll. And a lot of, I mean, our like-minded friends, you get in there, you work together, and the end result is so much greater than anybody who went into it could have imagined. So, and I love, again, I'll go back to your one of your precious isms. One of your amazing lines is that we are meant to complete each other, not compete with one another. And every time we show up to complete each other, like I got that little extra piece that you need to get.
Guess what just came?
What?
Guess what came?
What?
When you just said that, because it just played in my head.
No.
The only difference is the L, and the L is for love.
That's right. Boom.
When you're competing, not completing, you're missing the love, baby. The L is for love.
When you're completing, it brings the love in. Amen to that. Ah! See? How long has that phrase been going around?
Over 2 years I've been saying that. And look at it.
There's William Brown.
I love it.
I love it too. All right. So we figured out what our blessings were, how we were blessings. And now I have to bring it to the table. What area are you looking for a blessing in? Maybe for the next week ahead. I will say last week, I was asking for a continued blessing. My blessing that I was like going for last week was a continuation of God putting the right people around me, supportive friends that I call family. I'm incredibly grateful for it, for the blessings and things that everything we just discussed in my world here had to do with these amazing, incredible souls that God has put in my path. And I was asking, that's the area I want the blessing in to continue next week. And it did, you see how it came to fruition, to fruitiness. My mom always says that. It came to fruitiness. So what are you looking for starting today in through next Friday? What area of your world, whether it's physical, spiritual, mental, business, what area do you want a blessing in this week?
I'm glad you asked that, because over this next week I will be finally launching my Soul Sage page.
Oh, I love that. It's the Soul Sage page. You just call it that. The Soul Sage.
I didn't even hear it when it came out. So you just said it. The Soul Sage.
Poetic. It's the Soul Sage page.
I'm just excited for the first day where I premiere the launch and to see, how to go. So I just need all the blessings for the launch. And so the way I'm going to do the launch is I'm actually doing a 2-hour private Zoom event where I'll break down all the new programs that we're going to have, that I'll be offering, on top of just intention of what it means, what Soul Sage Doctor represent, how it's for the whole family. And I'm just excited to actually just have an opportunity to go from advice to guidance. And so I just want y'all all to pray for my releasing of the new area of me going from advice to guidance. So I'm going to remove all the vices. And when I say guidance, God said that you would never walk alone. And I call myself the doctor because everybody's situation is a one-on-one experience. And your makeup and your situation changes the way you should show up and how I heal you or speak with you or help you to change the way you mentor your mind. And so I'm mentoring the soul of everybody by just showing up in the thing that I do effortlessly. And I'm excited have all, I would say, thousands of results. I'm just excited to now say that I'm going to actually stand next to you and guide you. Because like a guidance counselor, all those things means when God said you will never be alone, it means that he sent somebody. And that somebody is me. And that somebody is you. And so I'm excited that in guiding, I could allow you to see that even when you're in that valley, that I have some instructions for you to find your switch. And so I'm just over the hill in knowing that people wanted me to teach them further than preaching to them. And so I'm excited about that new launch because I know it is going to do for me what I have been dreaming about, which is the opportunity to infect the world with love.
And no one deserves it more than you, Precious, because God knows you have put the pedal to the metal. You have grinded through this all. You have done the work. You have poured into. You have bled and sweat and cried over years of building this empire of I choose me, self-love, and now you're at the point now you're really like you're infecting the world with that, and that's what this broken world needs. It's more light, more love. And Stephanie loves she loves the Soul Sage page. She loves it, and she says she's praying for your expansion.
And I receive it. And I ask that everybody over this week pray for my expansion. If I have touched you, if I have blessed you, if I have changed your life in any way, then if 2 touch and agree it is so, just everybody touch with me as I go in a 7-day prayer, because I'm actually going to launch on F.A.B Friday. So,
yay! How excited!
I'm excited. It's going to get my pedal to the metal for these last little things I have to do, but I'm just so grateful to have set in a position to name myself, because nobody knows what I can offer better than me. And I'm just so grateful to be courageous enough. I go back to the time when I first started doing lives in 2016, my vision board is going to make 9 years this year. And on that 9-year vision board, that will be 9 years old in August, it says to start I Choose Me movement to help women especially see how valuable they are, that they would get up. And all of that is on those books. I had 6 15 things on my vision board and only 3 left. So that's why I'm just so grateful for these opportunities to be able to say that your reality is what you create and that there are no excuses. Because I've been through hell and back, but can't nobody tell me that I ain't great. And that is all you need to show up, because God already preordained you for this time. And so it's just like, I am so excited to be able to say that I trusted what was in me in order for it to become evidence for people to know my value. And that's what makes us worthy. And I'm grateful. I'm very grateful.
You're a blessing to this world. And I speak firsthand, not just for me too, my family, you know.
Oh my God, your
my
family
husband, you made my husband cry. My husband
had me crying.
Come to me and told me what he told you. And I said, you better go tell her. He goes, that's not weird. I'm like, do you know what you'll do to her if you go and tell her as a man how she affects you when she shows up and talks and does her thing? I was like, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Bless her with that. And not just him, but my mother-in-law, Joan, always comes with me. She always comes with me to the workshops, refill stations, the library readings, even our off days when we go hang out and do festivities and cookouts at the lake, you know. She's always there. You've impacted my entire family. My mother in Detroit, she called you on your anniversary, I think, didn't she? Or your birthday or something. She loves you. Loves you. Oh, did you? You muted. Maybe I did that.
Yeah, you hear me? Yeah, you're good.
She loves you, and she's all the way in Detroit. She says you are her southern daughter. You have
love you
a blessing to my entire clan. Even my cousin Andrea, who you've never met, she talks about you back and forth often with me, and she helps. She's coaching me through a lot of stuff that I'm going through too, at a different level. Breaking chains, so to speak. You catch my drift. And so you're one we talk, you're always in the flow of conversation and just what you bring to me, to this world. And so, you know, leading up to your launch, if there's anything I can do, always know, don't ever
and I will be using you. Yes, I will be cashing in
everything else on hold.
Cashing in your help.
So I'm actually in kind of a like mindset with you this week as far as what area I would like to be blessed in. Based on our conversation that we had yesterday, you know, there was a couple media related things I wanted to tackle. Like one was like getting actually just biting the bullet and ripping off that Clubhouse bio. I want to do that. I also want to add some new services to my store and create a group on Facebook and maybe another page on Facebook that's just directly related to services that I can provide. Now, that being said, that requires, in my world, as you can see, how many times my children have popped in during a live feed, which is a major no-no time when you're supposed to interrupt mom.
I mean, in their defense,
time for me.
Melissa, in their defense, they normally are used to you from 2 to 3. So listen, we did the 2:30 to 3:30. They're like, wait a minute, look, they forgot. He was looking at the
my bedroom door is closed and they hear me talking, don't come knocking, you know, and they don't even knock anymore. They just plow right in. So I'm telling you, it's a little bit difficult. It's a struggle for me sometimes to keep a cool head and find focus time to be able to execute these things that I want to do in a timely way, an efficient way, without breaking my stride. So a blessing I want this week coming up is patience and productivity. I want patience and productivity in whatever way God needs to make that work, whether it's through a person or a song or a prayer or hubby taking the kids somewhere or whatever it is, or maybe the kids will just magically wake up and be angels tomorrow. Ding! You know, he might just tap them on the head while they're sleeping and things can work. So that's my blessing from now till next Friday. I'm also looking for some expanse in the business world, but in order for me to get there, I got to put in this footwork first. And so I just want peace, patience, and productivity, the triple P's, baby.
The 3 P's, baby. Which brings on promise.
Make it 4, because you know what? 4 is a number of fruition and stability.
Come on now.
A box, a square. 4 equal sides. You ain't busting out of no box. I'm telling you, I want the peace, the productivity, the patience, which leads to the promise. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Write that down.
Pauline would have the answer. There's 2 more. Make it 6. Peas all day.
Process.
And I'm a price. Make it 7. Number of completion.
Done
there. Hey.
Principles. Come on now. Precious. Let's go. How many more P's you need? But yes.
All right. Well, I see we are getting close to the time. If you have like a couple more minutes, I would love to. Do you have something you want to read? Can we each do a reading before we go? Because I do want to share the one that I wrote today. But I would love to
share that while I think about what I want to do.
Okay.
So you should share first, and then maybe I can figure out where I can go.
All right, we'll do that. So this is not a poem that's out because I just wrote it, obviously. But if you guys are interested, I'm going to put up my information and Precious's information when she does hers, as far as where to go if you'd like to purchase maybe any of our books that we've written or any of our, like in my store, I've got books, art, greeting cards, all handmade, essential oils, writing and art services. What am I missing? There's so many things now I'm losing track. So I do have a store. Please visit. Even if you don't buy anything, just shop and share. You know, take a look and share it out. But if you would like to get in touch with me or visit the store, you can go to lessonsandlegacies.company.site. And if you'd like to get in touch with me for any reason at all, lessonsandlegacies@gmail.com. Just pretty much Lessons and Legacies. If you type that in on any forum, you'll find me. So if you want to be a guest on the show, you want to check out any other past episodes, either on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iHeartRadio, those are all ways that you can get in touch with me. And then when Precious goes on to read, I will put up her store site and her contact info. And just know, you guys, we love you so much. And we definitely are always open to talking to anybody. So don't be shy. All right. So I did text you earlier. I was having a bit of a crazy day. Like I said, I don't know, like the kids, I feel like I sound like a bad mom as I'm sitting here, the kids, but like it's like
first of all, you got to stop by saying that. Don't put that. Remember, it's what we speak, and that's never an issue. It's okay to feel the need to get some time for you, because that is what it's all about. So take off the bad mom stuff. There's no rules on it. You get to be present, and sometimes your present doesn't look like the commit the octopus. Sometimes your presence looks like peace and just not worrying about the clothes on the floor. And I had to learn that, because I was the person that did that. And then I had no time or energy for what God called me to be. And it wasn't my roles and titles while they make me look good. That's not why he sent me. He sent me bigger than that. And that is what you fill up when you get to say, today I'm a little tired. Today they are aggravated. That's okay. It's true. And there's nothing wrong.
Real. It's as real as it gets. I'm not a bad mom. I love my kids, but that's, you know, as it keeps coming out today, it's because it's been non-stop today. And like all humans, we have breaking points, and we hit those breaking points, and it doesn't always feel great. You know, it puts you out of sorts, and then you got to like bring it on back. So I'm not blaming everything on the kids, but I will tell you, they're the one source of my discord today. So I took some time this afternoon because I was about to like lose all grasp on ability. And I said, all right, this is a time, this is a moment to put the pen to the paper. All right. Before I go out, and I don't come back. I'm going to the store and I'm not coming back. Bye. You know? So I saved myself today with some quiet time, which was a big reason why we went on a half hour late today, because I just needed to write. And naturally, what comes out most often with me, as I know it is with you, is poetry. Yeah. So this is literally in the phone. I had part on the phone, and then I had part on little sticky notes as I was kind of trying to make lunch and go through the day, and there. So it's going to be edited and composed into better format later, but this is what I have so far, and I hope you like it. I think this goes along with our tone for today. So
somebody needed this. I know that.
I did. I needed to. I needed to get this out. So I hope it makes a difference to you guys. All right. So this is called a present gift. See, a present and a gift, same thing, but like we do with words, they all have different meanings. So, all right. A present gift. The biggest gift I contemplate within my waking hours is that I am breathing here and now, present with my own power. It's easy to get pushed aside or lost along the way, and to hear the present voice of fear saying, today is not your day. The instant when this thought takes hold, my wheels begin to spin. And as they do, the dam breaks loose and failure floods right in. I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda done a better job. If I wasn't so darn scatterbrained, I'd surely reach the top. Trying to shove these thoughts away, I head to my safe place, a hidden spot in my backyard where nature knows my face. It's only here that I release and let my teardrops fall. Within the home, my tears mean fear, but nature drinks them all.
Come on now. Say that line again. Come on now. I got to cheer on
only here that I release and let my teardrops fall. Within the home, my tears mean fear, but nature drinks them all. I can't help but to feel God's grace and love that runs so deep as I see the ground below me drink the streams of grief I weep. What a special gift it is when tears can transform into food. Being present to this train of thought brings elevation to my mood. Up from the dirt and back on my feet, I shake away all my blues, now holding hands with gratitude on this brand new path I choose. Though this trail is sometimes tricky, I can take it all in stride, knowing that God's greatest gift is being present by my side. Within each and every circumstance, there's a chance for me to own it. Believing the world works for my good is the blessing in every moment. That's what I got out of my sanity rescue this afternoon.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
I got reading it. So
I love it. It is everything. It fed me for sure. It was so I loved it. I loved it. Oh yeah. Definitely, you definitely need to put that on one of your canvas.
Yeah.
Store, because I know a lot of moms that can use that in their bathroom, because that's what we get quiet time.
Or in the kitchen or wherever you're at, and you could look at it all the time. Like, as you're recording, like read the poem as you stir the pot,
You know what you are? When we speak of our experiences, you are the reminder that somebody is not alone. That's why God said you'll never be by yourself. And the only way that happens is when people remove the shame and get in their lane and speak of their reality, not where they want to be, but where they are right now, because that is the evidence that people need to know that they can get up. Because if I think I'm suffering in silence and I'm the only one doing it, then am I really healing? But if I hear that you are there too, then guess what? Now we can communicate. Now I got somebody to call and you got somebody to call. And most importantly, we all grow. So come on, tell us, Star. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Y'all are the first ones to hear it. I literally finished writing that at like 1:30, perhaps. That was from after I made lunch, hour to myself of get it out and make it count kind of things. Thank you. Thank you for receiving that. And I got to tweak it out a little bit, make it perfectly stanza to my liking, but the intent and the emotion is there. So I hope that it made a difference in your heart today. And if not today, maybe from now till next Friday, that poem will be a good blessing to you. So now, Precious, I hate to ask because I know I've got your stack of books here, and it's like literally you can close your eyes and flip to any page, and literally every time it's like what you need to hear. There's nothing that comes out of you that isn't prophetic and beautiful. So if you
when I opened up my book, I was about to say, I know I got 3 words describing life. But when I opened it up in chapter 6, special celebrations, given today's date on page 65, it is Good Friday sacrifice. And seeing how
Yes.
Good
Let's do it.
Friday
Let me grab my book.
just means that I should do Good Friday sacrifice.
It's on page 65.
Page 65.
All right. Let me get Precious's store and her contact up before we start reading. So as you're reading, people can see how to get in touch with you.
Perfect.
And this is the book that it's coming out of, Precious Thoughts from the Soul by the one and only Soul Sage Doctor, Precious Pauling. All right. Page
on Sunday, He Got Up. So I can read that on Sunday. I'll come back and talk about He Got Up.
Yeah. You should actually, well, are we not doing a William Brown this week?
We not?
I think he said no.
On the show, right? He said, it's Easter Sunday.
Yeah, I think he said no originally because our schedules did not coincide, but I had stuff happen and now I'm home all day Sunday. So like, if you want to, we can, I'll tell him if you want to, we can still rock the show on Sunday. I was going to say that.
Or I might just go live for 5 minutes and do it. Either way, you don't have to change nothing. It is Sunday. I forgot it's Easter Sunday.
I know. It's a little bit off this year. Things are a little bit.
That's why I say, because I ain't going nowhere.
That's right. I know. We're making burgers. No ham, no turkey, none of that. We're grilling. We're doing the barbecue. It's supposed to be 70 degrees tomorrow or Sunday. So I say sunshine and barbecue. I'm good.
You're good. So this is what I'm gonna do because I want to still do. I'm gonna do the quick 2. I'm gonna do Fridays, and then I'm just gonna end with my original thing that I was gonna start with was unspoken presence, 3 words describing life. That's on page 12. But I want to start with Friday sacrifice just to celebrate today, and while we all get to live fearlessly in our valleys and find value in the midst of our sin, there's still room to begin again. And so Good Friday sacrifice says, today the day which our Savior was crucified, where he was placed on a cross between 2 thieves to die, a man that walked the earth and healed all who believed, and then later his own people would be the ones to deceive, turned their back on a living Savior who performed miracles through the land. And when their turn came to repay him, they crushed his existence with their hands. As they made fists and shouted, crucify him, without a care in their head. They wanted to kill the man who brought Lazarus from the dead. The governor even gave the people a chance to free Jesus so the burden wouldn't lay on him. But they still shouted, crucify him, over and over again. So they put a crown of thorns on his head, pierced him in his sides, and even nailed him to a cross. And he could have saved himself, but his dedication to his purpose was never lost. As he hung on the cross, bleeding in between 2 thieves, in all his pain, he looked over and said, you can still come to heaven with me. Before his time was up and his life slipped away, he murmured, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And in those last few moments, he took the sins of both me and you. Before his death, the word says the town went dark for 3 hours. That means the sun didn't shine because the true sun was cast out and then left nailed to a cross to die. And I couldn't help but notice the coincidence that 3 hours the town went black because it kind of represents the 3 days it took for Jesus to come back. So Jesus died on Friday and rose on Sunday for the sake of you and me. He afforded us the opportunity to have eternal life and set our souls free. So if it wasn't for Good Friday, where would we be? No way that we could be behind the veil and receive the power that Jesus left so our destiny could be fulfilled. Thank God it didn't stop on Friday. For Easter Sunday, he got up with all power from above. And he proved to us through all his pain, he still mastered the epitome of true love. So we shall always remember the gift he gave us So we should always remember the gift he gave us, a chance at everlasting life, and through all his pain, a heart of gold. And to love each other as Jesus loves us, and to humbly give our lives to God for him to mold. And I wrote that in 2004. So it doesn't get
So
old.
how old were you?
I was 24.
Yeah.
24.
That is good. That got me all emotional. And I'm glad you're bringing these up, because I forgot. I think it's just me as a person, but like, I don't normally go searching for like holiday type stuff to read. And this has got like an Easter theme to it, although it doesn't.
You got everything in it.
This doesn't need a holiday. This is a solid reminder every day of what we need to hear. And I will say, my mother this is her favorite holiday of all of the holidays is Easter. You know, she's got her bunny rabbit. She loves Easter, and I don't. She does not have this book. I'm the only one in the family that's got this book. She's never heard this one or the Sunday one that you did. I'm going to read those and bust her wide open. Her head and her heart.
I'm working on
issues when we
That's
get
what I'm working on. I'm working on making it all digital. So I'm actually doing my voiceover with all of this. And this was my first ever book that I released in 2007. And this you can't find on Amazon. That's why it is on my site. It is $40, which is very low. It is 176 poems in here. But what it actually has, it's not on Amazon. I have it. I have to bring it back out. So what I'm doing is actually doing an audio, because most people like to hear me reading it. That way they could just buy it so they could just listen to the one that they need at the time. So it doesn't get old, words are forever. And so before we go, I didn't want to end with just that. I wanted to do the poem that was in my spirit for Fab Friday. And it's Unspoken Presence, 3 words describing life.
Woo. All right. Now, come on.
Ready?
Do it. I'm ready. Ready.
Okay, tell me when you're ready. Okay. There's this life that I see, but I can't touch. It's like something that you crave so much. It's the home of your dreams or the career that you love. It's the peace of knowing that God is covering from above. It's the words in that song you love. It's the melody you hear, almost capturing the essence of living life without fear. It's the sound of the rain dripping down your window pane. It's the trees as they blow on an autumn day. It's the gift of knowing when you can't rub 2 dimes together, God will make a way. Amen. It's the joy in your heart and soul after giving birth. It's just the privilege of knowing what life is really worth. It's the smile on your face or the tear in your eye. It's taking advantage of not letting anything pass you by. It's the day shared with your family and friends when you choose to say I do. It's the celebration of your 50th anniversary, wondering how you made it through. It's the life that you want. It's the life that you know. It's when your cup runs with an overflow. Do you know what I am speaking of that puts this smile upon my face? There are only 3 words that capture everything in life, and it goes by God's amazing grace. Come on now. And so let's honor the grace of God for giving us the gift of Jesus, Yahshua, whatever you call him. Know that you are blessed to live. He said we would do greater works than him. And so if he rose Lazarus from the dead and he died so that we might live, what can you do to resurrect somebody else from that dead situation because you hung on that cross? You hung for the shame that you're carrying. But the question is, when will you rise and resurrect from that situation so that somebody else can know that there's life after that moment? And so that's what we are to do, to give more, be better than somebody else was to us by showing up for our siblings in a way, because we have a different advantage. He even allows us to live in sin sometimes. Jesus did it perfectly. We did not. And so that means that we have a bigger burden because we understand even more. So if you walked it like you talk it, what a difference you can make. And so remember that God's amazing grace is why you get. Grace expects testimonies.
Right.
You get to live in your reality because you let it go. You loved every trial. And so it's our responsibility to show up because God said so. And so I hope that touched you guys on today.
That was awesome. Awesome, Precious. As always, you never disappoint ever. You never disappoint.
And it doesn't help that you're water. Look,
I am. I'm all water.
I thought I'd be crying at the drop. I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's just we just love. That's why I say tears are answers. I love tears.
I almost asked you to read that one too, because as I was writing mine, I was like, she always says tears are answers. They're healing and it's cleansing and it's good. I was like, just let them fall and write, But out of our poems that we read today, I know there was a common theme of God's grace, I think, through that. God's grace. And he'll always show up. He'll always show up. We're never alone. That's like the biggest blessing in the entire world, is that we're never alone, And so uncertainty can get us sometimes, but we're supposed to walk blind with faith, Believe.
You are not really blind if you have vision.
That's right. Spirit vision.
Come on.
Spirit vision. Come on.
The vision is inside. I got one of them poems that say Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder saw when they couldn't see. Because vision don't take sight. It takes knowing.
That's right.
And, good. I got a new one now. New opportunity worthy. God said to show up in the now. And that means
new opportunity worthy.
You get to rethink it and renew your mind right now. He didn't say renew anything but your mind. So this moment gives you the now. So if you got breath, you have a new opportunity to see your worth in every moment.
I love it. That just reminded me. Hold on. Let me see. I got to pull something up in my little images here. I found a great thing the other day. Did I put it? I'm going to take too long. I'll have to tag you in. Oh, wait. Was that it? No. I'll have to find it. I found a great thing along that. A great little Facebook post of like, no means new opportunity. I gotta see if I can find it. I know I have it on my page. I feel like I want everybody to hear this. Give me 1 second. It's just a little picture here. It's coming. There it is. Okay. It says, if you fail, never give up, because fail, F-A-I-L, means first attempt in learning. End is not the end. In fact, end, E-N-D, means effort never dies. And if you get no as an answer, remember N-O means next opportunity. Change your mindset.
That's it.
That one stuck with me. I had to like put it up. Sticky note on the bathroom, but I wasn't about to go run and grab it. But I did post it on the Facebook thing. I was like, I love that. No means next opportunity. Like you gotta take the no's, take the closed doors as, it's a new blessing behind that. That one wasn't for you, because something better is out there. God only has the best for you in mind, in intention, and waiting for you. So if you think that was your best opportunity and the door closed, then we don't have an inkling of what God has planned for us most of the time. You just got to keep walking with faith and know that bigger and better is right around the corner if you believe, right? So
if you know what you're looking for, it's easy to retrieve it when you get to the positioning. So get in position so that you can complete your mission.
Amen. Get into position in order to complete the mission. There it is. Only the soul sage doctor can bring such golden nuggets like that.
I think that's why God made me
like everybody can, you come up with these quick ones that like you can't forget. You can just like chant it throughout the day. You got those 3-4 word little standard things that like just tell it to yourself over and over and over again, and there's power behind it. So,
well, everything I have to write down because I won't remember. I'll be like, my notes, I have in my phone, I got over 1,500 notes. It's so many notes. Every day I'm like, oh, that's a topic. I could do a topic every single day. Like I'll be having to sit down with myself because I'm like, okay, I focus. T-shirts.
Yeah.
T-shirts.
With a capital F.
Focus.
Is that dreamers ADD or whatever?
That's what I said. I have dreamers ADD, honey. I'm all over the place. So I'm glad y'all love it because, honey, if I had to prepare to do some of this stuff, I probably wouldn't be showing up.
Yeah, but we gotta make it. That's why, we don't script.
Yeah.
We keep it like real. We show up real because that's what we are. We're real. No, there's no point in faking anything. You know, the real stuff hits the heart.
The real stuff takes no practice, baby.
That's right. That's right. So this has been our Fab Friday. And again, this is the kickoff to the Easter weekend. And Precious, I can't thank you enough for the Good Friday poem.
Thank you. I'm glad you loved it.
Was that this? And again, we didn't plan this. It just happens to be. So beautiful message. And we surely hope that you guys feel full in your hearts and that we drop some blessings on you and that maybe opened your eyes to maybe see what kind of blessings you were and what kind of blessings you received this week, and maybe gives you a little insight as far as what blessings you're looking to attain in the next week to come. So as we wrap it up, Precious, any final words before we go?
Absolutely. And that is that it is a relay race and somebody is relying on you, not to compete, but to complete. Why? Because it's our responsibility to turn our heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave our soul print. Because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right. And what God got right is you. So I want you to remember that you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness by seizing every abracadabra moment in order to become the magic that is you. Magic just means supernatural force. So what is the supernatural force that makes you so necessary in the world? Show up in that thing and remember that love grows everything. So love yourself first.
And you are the X factor. And we got to bring that back. That was one of the most powerful
things.
That 2020 countdown, man. That was one of my greatest takeaways.
I cannot wait for that to be complete because that's a 90-day. I turned that into a 100-day course.
Yes.
When you sent me all those videos, that's what I can't wait.
Well, I never would have considered myself an X factor until you laid it down on the line right there. And I was like, well, dang, I am the X factor. And so are you, and you, and you, and you, and you.
Come on,
guys. Remember, you are the X factor. And for me, you guys, the world is always working for your good. Always. Even in the poem that I wrote and read today, it was like, even my tears soaking up the ground, soaking into the ground is giving some kind of sustenance to these little tiny seeds that might be trying to blossom up here. My tears can turn into food. Even the crappiest moments you're going through in life, those valley moments, that's when we grow, where we transform, where our lessons transform into legacies, right? So just remember that there's a blessing in every lesson. It's just up to you guys to find it. You know, just got to open up the eyes, open up the heart, and not be afraid to lean on your friends. Lean on your friends. Ask for help. Receive the help. Be a blessing. Receive the blessings and ask for blessings. So this is another Fab Friday. Find a Blessing Friday. And with that, it's a Good Friday.
A Good Friday. Come on now.
A Good Friday and a Good Friday. So that makes it a good Friday. So you guys have a absolutely amazing and blessed, fantastic Easter weekend. We love you so much. Stay fabulous. We'll see you guys next Friday. And I will be back with you guys next week for episode 11 of Lessons and Legacies.
Yeah.
Happy Easter. We love you guys.